Welcome to this explainer on Midnight Echoes, the psychology of late-night regret. So, have you ever had that incredibly universal, yet, let's be honest, universally frustrating experience? You finally lay your head down on the pillow, you're totally ready for a good night's rest, and suddenly, damn, your brain just decides to ambush you. We have all absolutely been there. Today, we're going to break down the really fascinating psychology behind those late-night echoes of past mistakes. We'll figure out exactly why our minds decide to play the greatest hits of our most embarrassing moments right as we're trying to fall asleep. Okay, let's dive into this, because I want you to picture the exact scenario. You're right on the edge of drifting off, right? Your breathing is slowed down, you're getting comfy, and out of absolutely nowhere, your mind asks this really pointed question. Hey, remember that awkward thing you did 5 years ago? It just hits you at 2 a.m., dragging you wide awake, filling you with this sudden, intense embarrassment for an event that happened literally half a decade ago. It feels totally random, right? Like, why now? But, as we'll see, it's actually anything but random.
Section 1. The 2 a.m. cringe.
The setup here is simple, but man, is it agonizing. You're just trying to sleep, and suddenly your brain speaks up. Think about it. You've spent the entire day working, moving around, getting things done, and finally, you have a moment of peace. Yet your own mind decides to just eagerly disrupt that peace, demanding your immediate attention for something that's entirely irrelevant to your current life. So you gotta ask yourself, why? Why on earth does the brain choose the middle of the night to pull this stunt?
Section 2. When distractions disappear.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real issue. See, during the day, we're just bombarded. We have constant notifications pinging on our phones, an endless stream of tasks, and countless visual and auditory distractions everywhere we go. Because of all this daytime noise, we easily, and honestly, often unconsciously, ignore our underlying emotions. But at night, everything gets quiet. No notifications, no distractions, and in that total silence, the emotions you actively or even just passively ignored during those daytime hours, they finally have an empty stage. So they hit play. And the internal replay begins.
Let's actually trace the journey of this experience. It all begins 5 years ago, right? With the actual awkward moment itself. Then we jump forward to the present, moving through our normal daytime hours. Now here, the memory remains completely dormant. It's heavily masked by all those daily distractions we just talked about. The emotions are successfully ignored. But then, the clock strikes 2 a.m., the quiet hours arrive, the noise fades away, and your brain finally replays the pain. It's wild to think about, but the memory has literally been waiting in the background for the silent to arrive, just so it can demand your full attention.
Section 3. The brain's protective shield.
Psychology actually provides a fascinating definition for this whole phenomenon. Late-night regret isn't a glitch. It's the mind remembering painful moments to protect you from repeating them again. So it turns out this isn't just some flaw in your mental wiring. It's actually your brain actively working, doing its job, trying its absolute best to shield you from future harm. It remembers the social pain of that awkward moment so vividly because it desperately wants to ensure you never, ever make that exact same mistake twice.
So, the crucial point is that we really have to completely reframe how we view this. This super frustrating 2 a.m. cringe? It's actually an evolutionary feature. It is a biological protective mechanism. Your brain isn't trying to bully you into losing sleep. I promise. It's trying to guard you. By forcing you to relive the discomfort in the quietest part of your day, it's essentially running this late-night simulation. It's heavily reinforcing your social and emotional boundaries so you can navigate tomorrow a bit more safely.
Section 4. Forgiving your past self.
Sometimes you're simply not the same person anymore. And this is an incredibly powerful, comforting realization to have. Think about it for a second. The individual who made that awkward mistake 5 years ago, they simply do not exist today. You've grown, you've learned, and your life has evolved. Your brain is aggressively trying to protect a version of you that, honestly, has already been upgraded a long time ago.
Which brings us perfectly to our final parting thought. Stop punishing yourself for an old version of you. The next time your brain tries to ambush you at 2 a.m. with some 5-year-old memory, just acknowledge that it's a biological mechanism trying to protect you. Thank your brain for the warning and then kindly remind it that you've already learned that lesson. You really do not need to punish yourself for someone you no longer are. So I'll leave you with this to think about tonight. What old version of yourself are you finally ready to stop punishing so you can just let go and get some sleep?